Levi Kane is a former U.S. Marine Scout sniper whose mind bears the scars of war and isolation. Recruited by a shadowy operative named Bartholomew, he agrees to a mysterious assignment to be dropped off at a remote tower on the western rim of an enormous fog-filled gorge and to spend 1 year guarding it. Across from him, on the opposite side of the gorge, stands another identical tower held by Drasa, a Lithuanian operative hired by the Russians. Both towers face each other over a massive chasm whose depths are obscured in mist and secrecy. They're told very little. No communication with the other tower. No contact with the outside world. Just watch the gorge and stop anything coming out. Levi's handover is brief. His predecessor, JD, warns him that whatever lies beneath may be hellish. The hollow men lurk below, and the job is to keep what's down, down. As Levi settles into his post, he contends with terrifying silence, the loneliness of constant vigilance, and the lack of purpose, until he realizes that Drasa stares back at him. On her birthday, she flashes a sign across the gorge. Levi responds with binoculars. They begin a coded correspondence, a chessboard set between towers, messages on panels, small gifts zip-lined back and forth. The isolation binds them strangely, and while both know the rules forbid such contact, they are drawn to each other. Meanwhile, the gorge rumbles. Strange noises echo, mines and sentry turrets flare, and Levi slowly acknowledges that his mission is less about guarding from an external enemy and more about containment of something beneath. Their clandestine romance deepens. One night, Levi ziplines across the gorge to Drasa's tower. They share dinner, talk, laugh, risk everything. It feels like freedom. But the next morning, Levi attempts to return. At that moment, the mines ignite, triggered by something climbing the gorge wall. His zipline snaps and Levi plunges into the mist-filled abyss below. Without hesitation, Drasa parachutes in after him, and the two of them now find themselves inside the gorge, on the cliffs, surrounded by strange hybrid vegetation and the remains of old uniforms half buried among roots and rock. They see walkers, the hollow men. The horror is real. Inside the gorge, they discover shattered research labs, chemical drums, and files dating back to World War II. A scientist's log reveals that an earthquake in a hidden facility released a mutagenic compound into the gorge's ecosystem, transforming soldiers into monstrous figures. Later, a private defense contractor, Dark Lake, took over the site, built beneath the towers, harvesting the mutated bodies to create bio-weaponized super soldiers. Levi and Drasa realized that the mission they signed up for wasn't simply guard duty, it was a cover. Their towers, their isolation, the myth of containment, all part of the deception. The hollow men were once human. The failure to contact the outside world ensured the secrecy of the experiment. The fail-safe protocol named Stray Dog exists to nuke the site if containment fails. Knowing that time is almost up, Levi and Drasa fight upward toward the towers. They destroy the cloaking antennas that hide the gorge from satellites. They rig mines to blow. They evade mutated troops and corporate mercenaries who descend into the gorge to reclaim the experiment. Bartholomew, realizing the containment is lost, orders Levi over his radio. Kill Drasa. End the mission. Levi refuses. He and Drasa leave their posts, drive an old jeep up the canyon road, winch up the cliff face, and as they emerge from the fog, they trigger the stray dog failsafe. A massive explosion obliterates the gorge, extinguishing the secret and the horror it held. In the aftermath, Drasa faces a 5-day quarantine to check if she was tainted by the mutagen. Levi is wounded and delayed. They had agreed. If one fails to show, the other would open a sealed envelope marked, "If I don't make it, open at sunset." Drasa, believing Levi dead, begins a new life in France, serving tables at a seaside cafe, watching the sunset each evening. On one such evening, Levi walks in. He's alive, apologizing for being late and joking about whether his sniper score was beaten by hers. They embrace. The mission is over, not with medals or governments thanking them, but with two people free of their watches, free of their towers, free of the Gorge,